welcome to Thursday Reviews. Now, this is actually a interesting episode. It was originally part of my first 10 episodes when I was still kind of figuring out how to do Thursday Reviews. It was before I got into this spot here, and before I was using much editing programs. It was before I was narrating. You'll get to see that. Now, I was going to upload it as part of my early episodes, but I was never really satisfied with it. But I'm deciding to release it anyways today. The reason why I'm telling you all this is so that you know why it might look or sound a little different. Let's just get on with the video and see what I'm talking about. Welcome to a new episode of Thursday Reviews. So recently I bought this watch from Timex. It is the T5E901. It's the Timex Ironman. It's the first Ironman I've ever had. Usually I get the Timex Expeditions. So this was a first for me, and so it's time to see what I think about this. So the first thing that I noticed immediately about this watch is that this button does not say Indiglow. It says Start Split. Normally this button would be up here, and this button is Indiglow, the light. Well, that's not confusing at all. On every Timex Expedition that I've ever had, this button should be the light. But for whatever reason, they flipped it. I'm pretty sure every Timex Ironman is like that, but it just doesn't really make much sense. Also, something I noticed immediately is if you press this lower button, it says no OCCN. I had no idea what I was reading, and I thought I entered some secret mode in the watch. So, right off the bat, that's kind of confusing. But, let me tell you some things I really do like. Do you see how that's backlit? You see how it lights up each number individually, rather than just putting a light in there to light up the screen? That is something I really like. And a lot of Timex watches have that. And a lot of Timex Expeditions, in fact, probably every Timex Expedition that exists, has that sort of Indiglow that lights up every single digit separately. Now, you can view your second and your third time. You can set 3 times with this one, like that. Or you hold it down to permanently switch you into that mode. You can also hold down the Indiglow button to put it into night. So you're in night mode, the little moon icon's up there. So the only thing that's different with night mode is now every single button that you click will light up the backlight on the watch. You can turn it off by holding it again until the moon disappears. The moon on the watch, not the moon outside. So when you want to set it, you hold the button down to set it. You hold this set button up here. Now, for anyone that's owned a Timex Expedition watch, you're used to hitting these 2 buttons when setting it. This one to go up and this one to go down. But instead, now you have to hit this one to go up and this one to go down, because of the buttons flipping places. And you'll notice there is no way to set the day of the week, which is a bit confusing. So in order to set the day of the week, you have to set the year. Then you can set either 12-hour or 24-hour. Your date display style, so if you're everywhere else in the world, you can change it to have the day and then the month. Chime, every hour it'll beep, so you can turn that on or off. Beep just turns it to where every button you click it'll beep. Then you can actually turn each mode on or off, which is something super unique. You can turn all of the modes on the watch off. So the first mode is chrono, which is the chronograph, chronometer, whatever it's called. It's the stopwatch. So you can start it like that, and you stop it with that stop button. Now, if you want to add laps, you hit it while it's going, and it'll split. So there's your first lap, 6.84 seconds, and we're still going. It shows you the lap a few times, and then it'll continue to go. So now we're on our second lap, or I don't know why it says lap 2. I didn't click the button. whatever. That's kind of annoying having it switch, but the grand total is on the bottom and the lap total is on the top. You reset it, so it has to be on 0, and then you just simply press it and it'll go to format. And this way you can set it to have your lap time on the top and what it's split to on the bottom, so your total on the top and what you've split on the bottom, or you can flip it the other way around. Hitting mode brings back the time. Now we can go to the timer, which is exactly what you'd think it is. You just simply reset it, start, you hit any button to stop it, and that's it. Now when you set it, you can of course set it to any hour, minute, and second, and then you can have it stop at the end and go and have it start beeping, or you can actually have it repeat and just start over again. And when it repeats, it just beeps and restarts the timer. Now there's a special mode on this one called Occasion. And so you use these buttons to set the day that you want the occasion to occur, or you can do alert setup for today's date. Well, it says there's no occasion setup, so you can set an occasion to have it remind you that it's either whatever that is, appointment, birthday, bill month, so I'm assuming that one repeats every month, bill year, so this one would repeat every year, doctor, so an appointment, game, interesting, gift, holiday, and repeat yearly, multi-event, or other. Show, trip, in case you forget what day you've planned a trip, or of course you can have it on none. And then you can set the day, which you can also set when you're not setting it, just by scrolling through the days, and that's it. And then you have 3 alarms that you can set. To turn an alarm on, you just simply do that, and it goes daily. Now, if you don't want it to go daily, then you have to set it to do whatever you want. So if I don't want it to go daily, I can have it go on weekdays, weekends, or daily. So now let's take a look at the armband. This has a lot of holes that you can put the watch in. And there's only one of these on the Expedition that I have. It had this, and it had another one with a little compass on it. So it had 2 things, so when it's on your wrist, it actually had 2. And I think that's a little better than just 1, but I can live with 1. Also, this thing is water resistant up to 100 meters. So that's pretty good. But, of course, I wouldn't want to be showering with a watch on every day. So the battery's back there along with the model number. And it says it's a CR2025 battery, which I have like 8,000 of those batteries. So I'm going to put this on my wrist. And I put it on my right wrist because I am left-handed. So I usually put it on, the 4th one. So basically, the other watch, it had 2 of these, so that this didn't do that while you had it tightened, but there it is on my wrist. I have a pretty small wrist, and so I have to have it really close up to here. If you have really small wrists, then you'll have it up here, and you got a lot of room down here. The other watch that I had, the Timex Expedition, I only had about 2 or 3 holes from the bottom and a whole bunch of empty spaces on the top. So that's something I really like about this watch. That's basically the Timex Ironman T5E901. So here it is. It's pretty small. I definitely like it. Would I recommend it? Yes. However, if you are used to Timex Expedition watches like I am, these button swapping, that takes a little getting used to. But some pros that I like about it, this thing is feature filled. You can customize this to turn on and off certain modes. You have 3 alarms, you have an occasion mode, of course you got the stopwatch and the timer modes. you can change the date displays, date and time displaying, and you can set 3 different times. Most watches will only let you do 2. But all in all, I definitely like this watch, and I would recommend it.